I have a confession. For years, when someone said cruise, I pictured crowded buffets, screaming kids, cheesy entertainment, and a giant floating hotel where every day felt exactly the same. But then I stepped aboard Virgin Voyages, and within the first hour, I realized I had been completely wrong because they have no buffets, no kids, no formal dining times, no endless announcements over loudspeakers, any of that. Instead, I found handcrafted restaurants, ocean views from a red hammock, live entertainment that actually surprised me, and an atmosphere that felt more like a boutique hotel than a traditional cruise ship. And today, I'm bringing back one of my most popular conversations with Paige from Virgin Voyages, because if you've written off cruising, this episode might completely change your mind. Before we dive in, if you love travel tips, cruise insights, and destination inspiration, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And one more thing, I'm putting together a special upcoming webinar where I'll be sharing what first-time Virgin Voyages sailors need to know before they book, including how to choose the right itinerary, what's actually included, and some of my favorite onboard experiences. If you'd like to be notified when registration opens, click the link below and join the notification list. Now, let's talk about why Virgin Voyages is turning the cruise industry upside down.
To your question, the reason I love Virgin Voyages is just how this brand does really set itself apart. I actually sailed as a consumer first before I was lucky enough to work with Virgin Voyages, and it really did just really seal the deal on how awesome of a brand it is. When you get on the ship, you know exactly what we're talking about. We have amazing crew. We don't have a cruise director. We have what's called the Happenings cast. So we meet all different roles on the ship while you're on. So they make the whole entire experience special.
What stood out to me here is that Paige wasn't coming from a marketing script. She actually experienced the product first. And honestly, after sailing myself, I understood exactly what she meant.
We really pride ourselves on getting away from that nickel and diming concept because we include so much with that voyage fare, right? So you're not getting this big fat bill at the end of your voyage and thinking, what the heck is this? There's no sneaky fees. So one of the big things is our Wi-Fi, always included. Let's be real, our phones are kind of attached to our bodies at this point. They are one of us. So Wi-Fi is always included, whether you're a base, essential, or a premium level, or if you're in a suite, if you're lucky enough to be in a suite. All of our food is included. So we do not do buffets. We do what's called the galley. It's all fresh to made order food, and the food is my favorite thing to talk about. I could go on and on about our food. And then we have 6 specialty restaurants. So those 6 specialty restaurants, you do not have to have a separate dining package for, all included with your voyage fare, which we love because the specialty dining does, think about any type of vacation you're going on. You want to know where you're eating, what's the best thing to eat, what are we having tonight? So we make that process really seamless. All of our entertainment's included. We have our not so classic Broadway shows. We have theme nights like Scarlet Night where everyone dresses up in red, PJ party nights. What else do we have included? All our sodas, all of our non-fresh pressed juices like your apple, your orange, your cranberry, drip coffee, and hot tea are included as well. If you're someone who leans into the wellness side of things, which Cheryl, I think you do kind of lean into that with our past conversations, we have an amazing wellness program. So we have the Redemption Spa, but all of our workout classes are included. So that's going to be sunrise yoga at the top of our ship on the perch. That's going to be your HIIT classes, spin classes, meditation classes. The list really goes on and on and on there.
One of the biggest frustrations travelers have is feeling nickeled and dimed after they've already paid for a vacation. You book the cruise, and then you pay for dining, internet, fitness classes, specialty restaurants, all of those things. Virgin took a different approach, and honestly, that's one of the reasons why so many people become repeat sailors. I have to say, I think my absolute favorite thing is the red hammocks. They are iconic, and when I get on, the last time I got on a ship, I think I spent every chance I could on that hammock. It was I don't know if it was life-changing necessarily, but it was pretty close.
Close to it, yeah. So that's actually, to your point too, 86% of our ship is sea terrace cabins. So if you're looking for that famous red hammock, they are very comfortable. I say that it's like you have to fight almost with your cabin mate to take turns, because you really do. You just kind of like mold right into the hammock, which is great if you're someone who likes to really enjoy your cabin too and hang out in the room. It really does set up a different experience with that too.
Now I have to stop here because this sounds ridiculous until you experience it. Everyone talks about the red hammocks. I thought people were exaggerating. They were not. Every chance I got, that's where I found myself, right out there watching the ocean go by. Sometimes the smallest details become the most memorable parts of a trip. Let me ask you a question. If somebody gave you a free cruise tomorrow, would you go? And if your answer is no, cruises aren't my thing, that's exactly why I wanted to revisit this conversation. Because what Paige is describing isn't what most people picture when they think about cruising. If you're curious but still have questions, I've got something exciting coming up. I'm hosting a webinar specifically for travelers who want to learn more about Virgin Voyages, adults-only cruising, and whether it's the right fit for their travel style. I'll be sharing insider tips, answering questions live, and helping people figure out if this experience is worth adding to their travel bucket list. The link to join the notification list is below, so make sure you sign up. Now let's get back to the conversation.
Exactly. Did you have a favorite restaurant that you...
Yes, my favorite was Extra Virgin. That was my favorite.
That's where everyone could go for their handmade pasta. We make it daily, so that's where you go for your carb overload, for sure.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and I don't even remember what I ordered. I just remember it tasting so good and just being really full.
Oh, yes. No one's going hungry on that ship.
No, absolutely not. Just the best food. And I've been on other cruises, and I just have to say that is the best. The food is the best, for sure.
It really is, and even if you're someone with dietary restrictions, we do such a solid job of making sure people are eating something and it's not just a piece of lettuce with a tomato on top of it. We obviously live in a world now where there's a ton of allergies out there, and people are just a little more conscious about making sure that they're treating their body well depending on what that allergy or circumstance might be. So our crew is amazing there too, always making sure that if there's allergies or anything you can't have on your plate, and they'll always make sure to accommodate you to make sure you are eating something really delicious. So yeah, which I love that we take care of that, and we're not just being like, oh well, here's your piece of lettuce and tomato.
Yeah,
and that is an experience. I know people who have their restrictions that have had those experiences, and I work in an industry where I work with awesome people like you every day, and just how much they do hype up the fact that, oh, my client went on board and they have this allergy, but they said the food was phenomenal. They got to eat so many things. We have gluten-free ice cream too, so I mean, we do a really good job at
definitely. I've sailed on other cruise lines, and I can honestly say the food was one of the biggest surprises. My favorite restaurant was Extra Virgin, and if you are a night owl like me, the pizza spot being open until 2 a.m. is dangerous information. Very dangerous.
We're really big for solo sailors as well. Solos, groups, couples, whatever it is, we really do a good job. We'll do like solo meetups too. So if you have any solo sailors who want to meet up with other people, of course they're not obligated to do that, but if they feel like making a new friend or something, we do meetups for that too, which is awesome.
And everybody was so friendly on board, like passengers and crew. It's so easy to meet people and just have a really good time. The music, everything, there was just so much to do.
Yeah, the crew definitely speaks for itself on board too. That's another thing people rave about. They come back and they're like, they're just normal people, and they're just so kind, and they really do their best to make sure that your experience really is top notch when you're on board with us. So that does not go unnoticed at all. Yeah.
Now, let's be clear. This isn't about not liking children. I love kids, but there's something refreshing about taking a vacation where every space is designed specifically for adults. The conversations feel different, the atmosphere feels different, and the space feels different. And that's what really makes Virgin stand out. One of the things that I did the last time was the Splash of Romance package, I think is what it's called. That was so much fun because it had, not only did they have the shake for champagne, which is that was so fun. You shake your phone, and wherever you are, they bring the champagne, a bottle of champagne to you. And it also included the spa, the 3-hour redemption spa.
Yep, you got to do the salt room, the mud room, all that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bang for your buck, and it goes fast because we only sell so many of those, so it is a great thing to add. We do Splash for your bash as well, so if you're there, with a group or celebrating a birthday or whatever it is, that's great too. But
this was one of my favorite upgrades. The champagne shake alone was worth talking about. You literally shake your phone and champagne arrives. I mean, who came up with that? Because that's brilliant.
Yeah, so we have 4 ships. We have Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady, Resilient Lady, and Brilliant Lady, who's our newest ship. She just started sailing actually last month, September. So we have new ports, New York City, Los Angeles coming 2026, April, and then Seattle to Alaska in May of 2026. So I gotta hype up Alaska. I know this is a bucket list destination for so many people.
Yes.
And we are just so thrilled. We are already that brand who, like I said, that we shake up the industry. We do things the Virgin Voyages way. So we are really curating the fact that we are an adults only experience, and we are taking that to the bucket list item like Alaska. So we are super excited for that. There's 16 itineraries we're going to have rolling out that we're really excited about. We're going to have 250 plus shore things, which is our excursions that you can do. So you can do some crab tasting, some dog sledding. There's going to be a helicopter ride, so you can go over everything and see the scenery and all that good stuff. But if you want to, I'm very excited about that. That's like my thing that I'm really excited about. I will say though, something that is really popular at Virgin Voyages is the Bimini Beach Club in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have some amazing sailings to the Caribbean out of Miami, Florida, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. And those Caribbean sailings are going to stop at the Bimini Beach Club, and this is a private island exclusively for Virgin Voyages. When we are there, no other ships are there with us. I don't think there's room on that tiny island as it is. It is the smallest one in the Bahamas, but it is so fun. You get off that ship, you have 2 pools at the beach club, the beautiful Caribbean Sea. And something that's really special about it is the fact that your bar tab will work over there at the beach club. So your bar tab is with a wristband. That's how we operate on board with us. So you don't have to worry about the tips and the tabs and all that stuff, bringing your ID and your wallet and all that nonsense. It's already connected to that bar tab. Get your pina colada, go sit in the sun, all included. Food is also included. So excuse me, the drinks aren't included, but your bar tab can be used for that, but the food is included just like it is on the ship. So you're going to be sitting out in the sun all day, so you need your snacks for sure. So Bimini is definitely special there. Like I said, you're not sharing it with others, which I think is kind of really, really nice. But love that. And as I mentioned, New York City, we just finished up some East Coast sailings. So you got to see the fall colors, changing colors, going to Maine, going to New Brunswick, going to Massachusetts. So this time of year is just really beautiful to see all of that. So we go out of Europe, Barcelona, Athens, Portsmouth, UK. So if you're someone looking to check off Europe as a bucket list item, we're over there too. So we're super excited about everything we've got going on, that's for sure.
One of the things I love is that Virgin isn't just about the ship. The itineraries are incredible too. Whether you're dreaming about Europe, Alaska, the Caribbean, or a beach day in Bimini, there's a good chance there's a sailing that fits your style. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about Virgin Voyages is actually the thing that ends up surprising them the most once they're on board. We'll be talking about that during the webinar, so make sure you're on that notification list. So here's the question. Have you been judging cruising based on experiences from 20 years ago? Because I was. And after sailing Virgin Voyages, I realized the cruise industry has evolved in ways I never expected. No, it's not for everyone, but if you thought cruising meant buffets, crowds, and a one-size-fits-all vacation, it might be time to take another look. And if today's conversation sparked your curiosity, I have something special coming up. In the near future, I'll be hosting a live Virgin Voyages webinar where we'll take a deeper dive into the ships, itineraries, pricing, onboard experiences, and what makes this cruise line so different from everything else out there. If you'd like an invitation when registration opens, click the link below and join the notification list. And if you're already thinking, this sounds like my kind of vacation, you can always schedule a complimentary travel consultation with me using the link below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.